Hello everybody and welcome to Waves Lesson 8. This lesson is about what colour clothes you should wear and other similar practice questions. As always, we start the lesson with a little mini test. This is a copy and complete exercise. So copy down the sentences, fill in the blanks. Pause the video. Let's see how you got on. So the first one, radiation or radiating means giving out heat to the surroundings. Second one, absorption or absorbing means taking in heat from the surroundings. Third one, white or light coloured objects radiate out heat slower than black or dark coloured objects. The surface is dull or matte, it will radiate out heat quicker than a shiny surface. You've got all those right. Well done. So today's lesson, we're going to look at a few problems. All of the problems are going to be what is the best colour for something or other. This is the first one. I'll show you how to do it. The first question says, what is the best colour of a ski suit to wear to keep you warm? Explain your answer. Well, the best way to solve these problems is with a diagram. So there's our person wearing a ski suit. You need to identify which is the hot part and which is the cold part. Well, if you're going skiing, then you are going to be the hot object and the surroundings with all the snow is going to be cold. What happens is heat always goes from hot to cold. So let's draw some arrows to show the direction of the heat energy. And then it's quite simple. You're going to write down the person is hot, the surroundings are cold. The heat goes out of the person. Remember, it always goes from hot to cold. And we actually don't want heat to go out of the person. When you're trying to keep warm when you're skiing, you don't want to lose your heat energy surroundings. And the best colour for reducing the amount of radiation is white. You're wearing black, you cool down quicker. If you wear white, you cool down slower. So white is the best colour for making the heat radiate slower. The best colour of a ski suit to wear to keep you warm would be white. Most people, when they go skiing, don't wear a white ski suit. The reason they don't wear a white ski suit isn't to do with trying to keep warm or trying to cool down. It's quite simply, when you go skiing, you're skiing on the white snow, and if you fall over and break your leg, it's very difficult for the rescue helicopter to come and find you if you are white on a white background. So that's why they very often wear brighter colours. A white one would be slightly better at keeping you warm though. Next problem, what is the best colour to paint the radiators in your house? Explain your answer. I'm going to let you pause the video in a second and have a go at this. My advice to you is look at the way we did the last question and follow the same procedure, the same sequence of ideas. Pause the video. Let's see what you should have done. So, should have started off with a diagram. There's your diagram. And mark the hot and the cold bit. So in this, the radiator's hot and the room is cold. Heat goes from hot to cold. So let's add the arrows in. So the radiator is hot. This is what you should write down. You probably write it out as sentences, or you could write it as bullet points. Radiator is hot. The surroundings are cold. The heat goes out of the radiator because it's going from hot to cold. Now, we actually want the heat to go out of the radiator. The whole point of a radiator is for heat energy to go from the radiator to the cold room, because then the cold room gets warmer. Of course, if you've got a radiator, you've got a pump which is pumping hot water around. So that cold water in the radiators soon replaced by fresh hot water again. So we do actually want the heat to go out of the radiator, and the best colour for heat to leave an object would be black. So the best colour for your radiator is black. You got that right? Well done. Next question. What is the best colour of a car to drive in the summer to keep cool? So once again, follow the same method. Pause the video. Let's have a look at what you should have done. Start off with a diagram of a car. You should have identified that the car is cold on the inside on a hot summer's day and it is hot on the outside. You should have noticed that the heat energy is going from hot to cold, so it is going into the car. You should have written something along the lines of the inside of the car is cold, the surroundings are hot, heat goes into the car because it goes from hot to cold. You don't actually want the heat to go into the car. The whole thing about this problem is you want it to stay cold inside the car, a lot more comfortable than being really hot, baking hot inside. And the best colour to reduce the amount of absorbing of heat energy is white. So white is the best colour. You got that right? Well done. Let's do another one. What is the best colour clothing to wear in a hot country to keep cool? Same method, pause the video, see how you get on. Let's see what you should have done then. Well, as always, we start off with a diagram. There's our diagram of the person. The person on a hot summer's day is cold compared to the surroundings, the hot sunny atmosphere, which is really warm. Heat goes from hot to cold. The heat energy is going into the person. Should have written down the person is cold, or at least cold compared to the surroundings. The surroundings are hot. Heat goes into the person because heat goes from hot to cold. We do not want the heat to go into the person. We do not want the heat to go into the person. The best colour for stopping that happening is white. It's the best colour for making the person absorb the heat energy the slowest. If you've got that right, well done. And another one for you to have a go at. You should be getting quite good at these now. So pause the video, see how you get on. Let's see what you should have done then. So a person is hot from exercise. So let's have a person there who's been exercising. They go out into the cold air. So you should have identified the person is hot, the air is cold, and the heat is going from the person to the cold air. So the heat is going out of the person. What is the best colour clothing to wear to help them cool down? So to help them cool down. Person's hot, surroundings are cold, heat goes out of the person. To help them cool down means we want the heat to go out of the person. We want the heat to go out of the person. The best colour clothing to wear would be black. Black is the best colour. So if you do an exercise, if you wear dark coloured clothing, you're going to cool down slightly quicker than if you're wearing white coloured clothing. Probably black wouldn't show all the sweat stains as much either. To finish this lesson, one more problem for you to have a go at. Follow the same method, do your diagram, work out which way the heat energy is going, etc., etc. Pause the video and I'll go through the answer in a moment. So let's see how you should have done then. What is the best colour to paint the walls and roof of your house? Explain your answer. We're talking the outside of the house, not the inside. We're talking the outside. And there's actually two possible answers here. You could have done it in winter. Well, in winter, there's your house. It's hot inside. It's cold outside. So the heat energy goes from hot to cold. Put the arrows in to show that. So you could have written inside the house is hot. You would have then gone on to say the surroundings are cold, or outside is cold. Heat goes out of the house because it's going from hot to cold. Now, of course, in the winter, you spend all that money heating your house. You don't really want the heat to escape. You don't think, oh, it's kind of cold outside. Let's put the heating on and see if we can warm up the atmosphere. You don't want to do that. We don't want the heat to escape. So white is the best colour for reducing the radiating out of heat. So white is the best colour in the winter. You might not have done it like that. You might have done it in the summer. So see what you could have said for the summer. So there's your house. It's cold on the inside. It's hot on the outside. The heat is going in. So we draw our arrows in to show the direction of the heat. You would have said something like inside the house is cold, the surroundings or outside is hot. Heat goes into the house because it goes from hot to cold. Now, we don't want heat to go into the house. We don't like it really hot inside. We want it a little bit cooler, especially if we're trying to sleep or chill out watching telly or something. We don't want heat to go in, and the best colour for stopping heat going in is white. So the best colour to paint your walls and roof of your house is white, whether you do it in summer or winter. For slightly different reasons, of course, but the same colour applies. That's why if you go to a lot of hot tropical countries, you'll find a lot of the houses are painted either white or very light type colours. You don't see many black houses in hot countries for the reasons we've just gone through. If you got that right, either of those answers or possibly both, then very well done to you. If there's anything you didn't understand today, then feel free to go back, rewind the video and rewatch it, have a go at the questions again. Otherwise, that's all, folks. Thank you very much.